So we're going to be running ads actually, so don't fear that it's just going to be talk. But before we run ads, the first thing we're going to be doing or talking about is going to be strategy. What strategy would you use to run your ads or run ads for your business? So now most services, the goal of most services is either to get leads or to get sales or convert, because conversion still leads to sales, right? So now what strategies can you make use of? So I just picked few industries because majority of you guys that submitted your info talked about beauty service, real estate, tech, accounting. There are more, but they are, kind of under this umbrella, right? So now this is one of the, I would call the simplest client acquisition. So before your ads work, you need to know, you need to, how do I call it, kind of see the future. You need to know where your customers are coming from and where they are going to end up. So when you get this wrong, right, your ads may not work. In a sense, you can just, the truth is you can go to Facebook ads and play on things and you might hit one or two clients, but will it be consistent? Because that's one thing most business owner asks. Can I make this a predictable income? Will it come in monthly? Will I say, okay, yes, I can say in a month, I can guarantee 5 to 6 clients, and I'm sure my ads can give us that. Aside ads, I also know organic means like let's say referrals. All those ones give you what do you call it, customers, but they are not consistent, right? So but today we'll be talking about ads itself, because with that you can kind of measure who comes in. So now, since we're talking about Facebook, that's Meta in itself, right? Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and other audience network. So this is a very, very simple client acquisition strategy, right? So first of all, acquisition, because it's we acquire clients, right? So first, you run your ads on Instagram or Facebook. I know many gurus out there or many social media marketers would say don't run ads on Facebook. And yes, to an extent, don't run ads on Facebook, except you are using something that can measure your leads, right? I'll explain what that means. And also, some kind of audience are on Facebook. It depends on your business. Like if you're in the creative business where people celebrate birthdays, entertainment, or even real estate, there are some persons that you can find on Facebook. There are a lot of persons here, but there are still a lot of people that are very weird. I'll use the word weird because I've had my share experience with Facebook. But Instagram too, yeah, still weird people, but it's lesser than Facebook. Yeah. So first, Instagram, Facebook, then this is where some things, make a difference. You can either choose to send your ads. So now this is ads. If you're saying this is ads, right? So you can either choose to send people to a landing page, preferable for a service-based business. I would advise you have a website. If you don't have a website, you have a platform that you can plug in your Facebook pixels. I would show you what the Facebook pixel is. Let me go to my website first. Let me show you what I mean by that. So now, a Facebook pixel is a tracker, right? This tracker enables people to, or enable you as a business owner, knows who came to your website, did what. And again, this tracker, take for example, now you're on Facebook and for some weird reason, let's say you go to Jumia, right? You didn't shop or you just checked one or two phones. Then after like a day or two, you start seeing Jumia ads following you for some certain reasons, right? This Facebook pixel is what they use for that. So they use this Facebook has it, Instagram has it, TikTok has it, all the social network, even LinkedIn, they have it. So when you put it on your website, they track. The social media account also have trackers, but I'll show you how to do that later in the video or how it function, right? So now, if you check this pixel here, it tracks my website. I can know who came to my website, what and what, and all the details about my, trackers. You can see here it's doing page views. It shows all the things that if I click on this button, it shows all the information. If I submit a form, it shows that. So now, that is one of the reasons why I said sending your leads or People that watch your video, watch show your images, it's ideal to send them to a landing page. It's not bad to do DM. I'm going to go back. I'm going to come to DM. So now DMs are very good, right? If you are fast enough to respond. So these two has its own strategy. So now, if you send people to your landing page, when they fill the information, like many of you actually filled your information in order for you to come to this class, and you can see most of you are in a group. So now that was my own lead magnet, right? You came in, filled the form, you saw my thank you page, and you left. So now for real business, imagine you were a, let's say, a beauty service, you want to do nails booking section, right? And you, let's say a customer apply for a section, time, date, and so many things. And when that person apply for that particular section, you can immediately call them. So that's another funny thing with lead ads. When they fill the information or whatnot, you have to call them immediately. If not, but in the past, immediately we give 1 hour or 30 minutes. You call a client and the client will just tell you, I don't have any idea making this call. Right? It's always, or I didn't know that I filled anything. It's always weird. And sometimes you may lose. So that's why it's immediately they fill whatever information they have here, you tend to contact them immediately. So now the next thing that you'd have to do is book a call. Like I said, if it's DM, you answer them immediately. And some of us, I think I uploaded a video one time on my page. So if you're having issues with your DMs, meaning if someone message you and it enters what they call this restricted message, you can download Facebook Business Suite on your phone, right? So that you can see the message. But the most important thing is reply them immediately. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what kind of ads that works, right? So when they book a call with you, right, the next thing you have to do is follow up. Yes, some clients don't convert immediately. Facebook is not magic, right? To get a client is one thing, to convert them is another thing, right? Immediately you book on it, go on a call. Some service-based business, you either choose booking a call or chat on your DM or send them to your DM, whichever. But I see booking calls work way more better than chat. Sometimes chat works, but call gives this perspective and you can close them easy. You know their intention immediately rather than chat that they just keep chatting. So immediately someone comes to your DM or enters your lead form, book a call with them. Say, okay, oh, I am from ABCD real estate company. Would you like to book a call, schedule a call within the next few hours, or let's say the next day? And if possible, book the call yourself, right? Because we are dealing with Nigerians here. If you send them a booking link, there's a high tendency they will not book that call by themselves. So you have to either talk to them, right? So that is about so for those of you coming in, we're talking about a flow, right? So once I explain the flow, I would also go through the reason why this flow is very, very important. So now this is follow up. Follow up is very important. When you run ads, that is one step to it. Follow up could be in several ways. Sometimes you might ask yourself, why do you post your content at times? Some content, like for us, I'll use my business as an example. Most contents we post are not per se for client acquisition. Funny enough, they are for client nurturing, like the ones that we've put into our leads generation engine, right? We use it to, like, we still they exist to, let me use that, or we are still here, or you get, so they know that, okay, we are, for those ones that have forgotten that we had a call with them, or they said they'll talk to us later, or one thing. And again, this follow-up is very important for people that when you go on a call with them, they say, okay, 1 week later, they'll contact you. If you can't follow up as a CEO, right, as much as possible, hire someone that can follow up, because this place here is where you lose more clients than even getting leads. Follow up is one of the biggest, even I can attest to it. Here is one of the biggest problems, not even running the ads. You can get the leads, call them on a normal day when someone refers someone to you. This is not from ads. If you don't follow up, you would see that you will lose. The reason why that referral works quickly or faster or better is because that person has the intention to buy quick and the person came through someone that has done something or you've done something for before, right? So it is very, very, very easy to end that sales. And sometimes if you still don't follow up, you lose that person. So now show your strength. You can follow up on WhatsApp if you have, if it's a client that you add to your WhatsApp channel or WhatsApp status, wherever, as much as possible, do follow-ups. Then at the end of the day, you close the client. So this is a very, 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 very simple sometimes we call it lead funnel or sales funnel. It doesn't have to be complex, right? It can be very, you start small. I know some people's own can be as crazy more than this. They have several landing page. Like I said, you can add, we didn't add social media here. I'm coming. So we can add social media to this thing here. Let me put this here. So I'm going to send this to social media. So they can also land in your landing page or social media. You book a call, you talk, chat, whatever. Then this is just a simple strategy, right? So now the next thing that we're going to talk on is the best campaign types for your services. So now you understand how your client is going to come, where they're going to go to, and how you plan on closing them, right? And make sure every process is airtight. It may not be airtight once. It's something you can do in weeks, months. You get it's not something. It's not magic. But if you are lucky, you can get it right in 1 week, 2 weeks, or even 1 month, right? So now the next thing is the best campaign to run for lead ads. So now most of you may be boosting your ads from Instagram. I'm not a fan of that, right? Except maybe I just want to just do what did they call this campaign? An engagement campaign. So if you want to run your ads, it's always ideal to run it from the Facebook Ads Manager. So I don't know if most of you here, your ads account is set up, but you need your ads account to be set up before you get to this place. And please don't use your personal. I know some of us may have been familiar with this place. So also don't use your personal account, like your Facebook personal account, to run ads. You have to set up a business. Like for example, now if you can see, I have several businesses here in that particular place, right? So one Facebook account can have several business or several business for you, right? The ones that are connected to us and the ones that we own, you get. So this is an example ads account. I may not, to get here, there are other videos I'll put up. Okay, I can't see your screen. Please, is any other person having this issue? Let me know. If you cannot, if you can see my screen, just do a thumbs up. Okay, I think a lot of persons can see my screen. So if you're not seeing my screen, you can go out of the call and come back again. So thank you very much. And don't worry, I'll take a little break, then you ask your questions before I move forward. So now, most of us already know how to get here, but the problem is to run the right ads you get. So, or which campaign to start with. So now the first campaign or the best campaign for lead generation is obviously leads, right? So sometimes people use sales. If you have a, what do they call it, a website that's, you know, e-commerce, but we're not doing e-commerce today. You don't have any other business doing any other thing here except this. Yes, yes, so the video is recorded. We would share that later. So for lead ads, right, this is the most important one here. Then traffic, I'm not a fan of this. Traffic and awareness, sometimes I feel like it is a way of burning money, but they have their benefits. Facebook is like a robot. If you tell it, it's like you are telling a child to fetch water. You tell the child to fetch water, it will go there, or you're telling the robot to fetch water, it will go there and go and fetch that water. You tell it, I need traffic, it will look for people that will give you traffic. If you tell it, give me engagement, it will look for people that will give you engagement. If you tell me, give me sales, it will look for people that will give you sales. If you tell me, give me leads, it will look for people that are ready to, you know, give you leads or become leads to your business. So it's literally what you are telling it to do for you, to do for you. So don't expect to run traffic and get leads. Sometimes they would convert, but doesn't mean it works. It's just you being lucky, right? So now, why or when can we use traffic or awareness campaign? Use traffic or awareness campaign. Maybe, for example, let's use the real estate guys, right? You have a video you want to showcase. This one, you don't have intention to sell. You just have intention to showcase. You just want people to, you have a very nice video and you want to use that video to promote your business. You can, I would prefer using an engagement campaign for that. So now you would see why I choose engagement. You can use video views. The reason why I use video views is I used to think about the future. I think in front. I use video views because I can target how many persons watch how many minutes of that video. You get me? So when we go to retargeting, you understand why we choose a particular campaign for certain reasons. So why would I want to use video views? Because if I put a real estate video of, let's say, 2 minutes purposely, I use it to run ads. 2 minutes, right? That video, anybody that watched that video to 2 minutes, there is no how that person has some amount of interest, and I can retarget that person. Like, okay, you've watched my video. Hi, the next one can be a lead or follow up or something. You get. So now, why I use real estate is because most of them, their sales also, it's not like immediate, and it's huge amount of money. You get him. So then leads ads. This particular lead ads is for us to generate leads. This is app promotion. Then sales, like I said, conversion messaging. Then why I choose lead ads is because of I'm running to websites, right? There's some businesses that don't have website, but ideally I would suggest you go get a website. But say you don't have a website, I would either go for leads or sales to send people to my DM. The reason being is these guys have sales intent, meaning they want to buy something. You see that I didn't use engagement because I don't want to waste my money, because majority of half of Nigerians, they have lesser budget to run ads. But if I use engagement, it would not really work. Yes, you have DMs. Oh. The only time I use engagement is especially if you're running outside the country, because running outside Nigeria, especially the US, is very expensive. So if your client doesn't have budget or you don't have budget, you can use engagement to smoothen the process, because you get leads faster than any other one here without spending so much, except your video is exceptional or your picture is exceptional, right? You can now use leads to get your audience, and I'll get to why I'm saying that. So now, enough explanation. Now let's get into lead ads. So you have a website, you've connected your pixel and everything. If you've not connected your pixel, you don't know how to do all this setup. After this call, we can book a one-on-one conversation. I'll send the link to you, or I'll put it in the group or our emails, right? So here now, this is what we call the Facebook ads. And if you notice what Facebook did, let me close this. I'm still going to open it main. So now you see Facebook splits the campaign into 3 places: campaign, ads, and ad sets. So it's more like, first of all, what kind of campaign do you want to run? Which we've already talked about this. You need to know what you are trying to do. Then the ad set. Ad set is more about the people. Who is the demographic? Who are your ideal target audience? If you don't know the target audience as a business owner, I think that's where your first problem is coming from, not even Facebook ads, right? So if you don't know exactly who you're targeting, some people say broad targeting. Yes, broad targeting is good, but I'll tell you where broad targeting fail. Because if you have broad targeting and you don't know who you are talking or who you want to run your ads to, your images or videos would not be talking about those people. It will be broad as well. So now, knowing exactly who you are targeting is what we have in our ad set. Then the ads is actually the video and images. Okay, so yes, definitely the one-on-one. I'll definitely drop a link for it. So then the ad, right, is where you now promote it. So now, without further ado, let's get into it. So here, this is the first place. You put on leads generation, then click on you select this place. You can choose campaign budget. So now let's use election. The election is coming right very soon. So now election is very, very easy to explain this. So campaign, you're running for presidential election. Campaign is every ad set, meaning every demographic. Say you are running for presidential election and you want to target south, south, southeast, southwest, you can duplicate this ad set to different geolocations, right? And this ad set, you can target all zones in Nigeria, right? So this is what this ad set means. So now this place is now asking us, does our budget want to cover everything, or want to set our campaign, this campaign, want to set it per zones? I always advise to set it per zones for future sake, because always think in front. So now, setting it per zone is maybe you decided or figured out that, oh, you targeted the wrong location. Instead of you start editing, you can duplicate and you don't shake anything. That one can still be running. You put money into these ad sets. So that is why I'm explaining this. Then here, sometimes Facebook automatically turns it on, so you turn it off. So share some of your budget within, meaning those zones. Facebook is telling you, let's say south, south, southeast, all those zones. Facebook is trying to tell you share the money among each other, but no, each amount of money for each zone, so that you can accurately predict which zone is giving you the best, you know, voting rights. Yeah, for services, the best leads. So I use election because all of us are familiar with that. So all these ones leave A/B testing. A/B testing is if you want to test things, but that would just be too much for today's call. So, but we don't need this for now. Then categories too, leave it alone. Then now, most of us, if we run ads, we are kind of familiar with this. You can actually change the name. Oh, you can change the name. So same thing goes to this. You can change the name. You don't have to leave it like this. So now Facebook will now ask you, where do you want to run your ads to? You either can run it to a website, or you can run it to calls, right? Meaning someone goes to your website, if they don't want to fill the form, because most people are aware to submit their information, they can directly call you, right? So if you are the one that you have a customer care representative, they can immediately call you. Or you can choose a single one. I like this single one. I'll show you why. So you can choose, do you want leads to your website, Instagram? For those of you that don't have what do they call it, websites, you can actually use any of this until your WhatsApp. WhatsApp works actually very well. But if you don't have the power to message people, trust me, WhatsApp give leads, especially when you're doing leads campaign. And if you don't have the patience, the power, and everything, just stay away from it. But if all of them is stressful, right? It's just how effective your sales team or follow-up team is, right? So let's choose website, for example, using websites as an example. So now it's going to ask you performance goal, right? So we're going to choose how, so maximize number of leads. Because of this thing is a new ads, I'm not using my main Facebook ads account. All these things usually used to be open. So they tell you maximize number of landing page views. Facebook, I didn't sign Facebook, because what this means is, sometimes it's good to read, right? So what this means is Facebook will send people to view, like, inside these leads. If you're not careful, right, you would still make mistakes. So here is for landing page views. People will just come and view your page. I'm not telling them to view my page. So what do I want? I want number of leads, right? Every other thing that is here is non-important. Then set this one. Okay, now the reason why this is not working is because of this is not my main website. So I was supposed to choose the leads ads. So I think maybe what I'm gonna do is a few seconds. So that's this is gonna be very, very explanatory. Let me use my main lead ads. Give me a few seconds, let it load. Because as I'm seeing that example account, it's missing some things. So let's just create a campaign from here. Apologies for the little delay. Facebook has its own way of delaying itself. Dismiss. Okay, let's go back to leads. We already passed this. Okay, so again, campaign You can see that as I'm doing this new, it's already selecting things I didn't send it to select. So with Facebook ads, you have to triple check, double check, even if there's anything of 10 check, you check your stuff very well. Okay. Um, I kind of force this thing to open fast. So let me calm down a little bit. Where did it take me to? Okay, no, we're not supposed to be here yet. Okay, so back to where we were. So I selected, at least it's more like a recap. So I selected websites, right? Then I selected maximum. As you can see, it's show the different thing from my example ad account, because that one is an old account. You know, many of you might have had that Facebook kind of favors old account to new account, and that's true. So if your account has not been running us for a while, there's some things you'll be limited to, and we can also, and it's good that we also it here. So
The next thing
is
uh,
um
maximize
maximize
value
value
for
for maximize value of conversion. This is what I'll send it to. So not maximum number of conversion values. So now this is very tricky, right? I thank God we opened this. So now this place here is maximize number of conversions, meaning Facebook would give you many people, many leads, but they may not be value leads. While this maximize number of value conversion, Facebook will look for people that has more high intent to buy whatever you are selling, right? But the problem with this is here, Facebook would give less, right? And it may be expensive, but I prefer to choose it because I need more value. Except maybe you are saying, okay, out of 20 leads, maybe 3 should convert. You can test, and actually again I would always tell people is test what works for you. So now you can test this, right? And say, okay, let's say this week I'll test this and say, okay, let me say out of this place I got 20 leads. So you have proper documentation to know what works. So now if you got 20 leads out of this place, right, you write it and know who came from this place, right? Then once you've had this list, you run ads with this one again and say, okay, this one is value. This one did not give me 20, it gave me 10. And out of these 10, how many converted, right? So you test this between a month or two to know what works. You are not losing because they are all leads coming to your business. We're just trying to find the best ones to, run for your business. At the end of the day, you can conclude by yourself, not me telling you which one works, right? So, but me, I would choose value because I don't mind money to waste. So the next thing is select data sets. So now if you set up your account by yourself, right, you can select this. As you can see, I'm able to select my own pixel that tracks on my website. So then it will not tell me what event do I want to track, because I don't want to waste money. Because if I tell Facebook to go to my website and just people to view my landing page, it's not tracking. I can't get data. It's like it's like you trying to fish with a basket, and the basket is torn at the end, meaning if you put it in the water, it's just coming out, right? You don't even know who you catch. And the more you throw that basket into the water, you can catch more fishes, because that basket has it's sealed, and you can get more fish. And Facebook will look for more people that he has caught. And that thing could be a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because if Facebook start looking or put people that are very bad in your leads, it will give you more bad people. That's another bad thing to read. So that's why you have to watch your leads who come in. Once you see that your leads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 persons that are coming in are bad, kill that leads, because it will not work. Because it will keep bringing bad people to your, not bad per se, wrong customers, right? So if you come down here, you can see purchase is not selected, and Jovi chat is just a button from my website. So you see leads, you can see all these things are blocked because this is a lead ads and not sales, right? So you can even do donations. People don't know the power of Facebook. It's just that we don't know how to use it effectively, and sometimes we are not patient enough for it, and we don't have money. That's another part. Yeah. So then sometimes we are lazy to, I'll come to ads. Where most of us fail is this place, because we are kind of lazy, I'll not lie. So standard mode, I just leave it here, don't touch anything here. Then budgets. Yes, this is a big question. How much should you spend on your ads, right? So you can, the minimum I spend, minimum, even when we run ads for clients, is 5K, 6K, right? For a start, Nigeria or Nigeria. Outside, you can start with $10 and above. So here, 5K minimum, because it's going to give you a good this thing. Then you can start scaling it small, 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 small. Yeah. But if you want to reach a good number of persons, you can put a large amount. There's some people that run 500K, depending on the kind of campaign, depending on how large the industry is. But we start with 5K, for example. Then here, there are two types of campaign, right? We have the daily budget and we have the lifetime budget. Lifetime budget is, I don't use it. Some people use it and they get good results. So this is preference, right? So what does this mean? So if I choose lifetime budgets, I'm telling Facebook for the lifetime of this campaign, I want to spend probably 300K, right? So now Facebook now knows how much is going to spend per day on this campaign. You get, so now it would give us the ability to custom. You can say, okay, for the next 30 days, I'm going to spend 300K, meaning you lock in your money. If you know your campaign works, you can lock in your money. So here you can do other settings, right? What information did I put in my data sets? My data sets, I put leads. I have, this is my Facebook pixel. It's not an information. This is my Facebook pixel. I created it. I set it up. So just in case you are wondering how I got there. Yeah. So that is another class on its own. So here, back to this, you can schedule your ads, set schedule. So now you can say, for example, now you want to, you know, when your ad works. This is for people that already know what works in their system, or you know when your business works. You can say, okay, your ads can start from Monday in the afternoon. So okay, let's say Monday to Thursday. You can play around this. I mean, don't want to waste time here. So you can say every day, Monday, 12 a.m. to 9 p.m. if you don't want your ads to run in the night. But I will tell you the reason why I would say you should be careful with these places. Most clients, especially the busy ones, they are less busy at night. It's weird. That's from my own experience. So they message me at night, but sometimes I don't reply to the next morning, especially when it is message ad. Because what I do with my own landing page is when a customer comes to my page, they fill information, and the thank you page tells them for faster response, message us on WhatsApp. You get, so that is how I get them to my DM. You get, or sometimes I run direct DM sometimes. So when they message me at night, I can message. But most of the times, most business owners are free in the nights. You know, that's when their head is calm. So that is why most of the times I choose daily ads campaign. So, but if you know that your money is wasting and you are someone that you know your audience very well, you can go with lifetime ad budget campaign. So now, leaving that guy, so put end. So, and you may ask, okay, how many days is the ideal days? I start with 7 days minimum. When I say 7 days, this is not what I tell client to. 7 days is to run to test the ads. But if you want to know whether your ads work, minimum of a month, you get, because what you just get in 7 days is to know this first ad, this is working. If I'm to make any changes in the first 7 days, I don't make changes in day 3 or day 4. First 7 days, I see, I understand my ad before making any changes, right? But if I want to now know if my ad is working in months. So now the next thing that we do, you can, if you don't want to select 14 days, you can come here to do whatever you want to do. Say, for example, my ad is starting today. I want it to run for 7 days. I'm going to put this here and select my time and date. This one should not be hard for you guys. Then budget scheduling. Okay, so this one is schedule budget increase. You can increase your budget if you want, but I just prefer to do that manually myself for now. So now this is where most people get talking. We have location, we have saved audience. So now saved audience are audience you've saved for certain reasons. Maybe it's a lookalike audience. I'm going to show you what lookalike audience is. What's the time? Okay, we are almost 30 minutes into what we are talking about. So this is, you can see that I have a lot of saved audience. Sometimes I save, sometimes I don't save, right? Sometimes I just duplicate my ads because I already have the settings there. Because one thing about saving is once you edit this saving, it affects every other places that ads is. Sometimes I don't use it, so I just prefer, if I like a particular ad and it's working for me, I prefer to duplicate it than using that saved audience, or I just go into it, but that is for people that are not lazy. You get. So I don't like things when one thing affects other things that I don't want it to affect. So yeah. So now, but if you want to save, it is possible. I'll show you how to do that. So first, I would come down here and first of all select location. So this is why I prefer this to boosting ads on Instagram. Imagine you can target people in your backyard, literally. If you are a physical business, let's say real estate business, you want to, let me put Lagos, you want to run ads to Lagos, or you want to run ads to a particular vicinity. You don't want to run ads past beyond those places. You can actually pinpoint where you want to run your ads, right? And say only this area, people that visit this area, right? Because some businesses really don't go outside the states, they're interstate. If you say, okay, I'm a graphics designer or web designer, I know you guys are competition to me, I don't mind, right? You can target the state and say, okay, Lagos, so I want to conquer, I want Lagos to see my ads. Not even possible, I want people in Lekki to see my ads. You can actually do that. But with Instagram boosting, you can't do that. That's wasting money. So how do you do that? So take, for example, now, this is Lagos. You can just carry this pin here and drop it, right? So when you drop it, I'm coming, it's taking a while to drop. Okay, so that's a very big pin. I can reduce the bandwidth. So if I come here, I can say I don't want it to be too large. So because wherever this pin touches, that is where it will run that ad. So say for example, now you are, let's say, business, and that area, your customers are there, or specific areas. You don't want to just run ads randomly. You just pick this pin. Because of I am sharing my screen, I'm doing a lot of things. This thing is looking like it's slow, right? But on the norms, it's not slow. So you can add as many as you want, pinpoint places. That's why I know your target audience. Facebook is not the problem. You, the person running the ads, is the problem. So yes, Facebook can be misbehaving sometimes, but you have much control. So yeah, I don't want to do too much here. You can select if you want to target US target. Yes, then some persons would ask, okay, is it ideal to target a full state or target a full country? Which one is better? So like me now as a business, for example, if I run ads, I target the whole of Nigeria because my services cut across everybody in Nigeria and gives more room for my ads to run, right? So if I target a state, I can still do it. For sometimes, why will I block myself in one place when I can, reach other people outside? You get. So except you are limited to your location, you don't have to limit yourself. And again, how large the number of people is depending on how much you spend. Let's use common sense. You are spending 1,000 naira per day and you are targeting the whole of Nigeria. We are just deceiving. Sorry to say, you're deceiving yourself, because it will tell you here the number of persons you are going to potentially reach. So 1,000 can't go around. You are competing with other people that are spending 100K, 500K per day. It wouldn't work. It's not magic. It's not jazz. You get the whole logic. So now, as much as possible, your budget, your money, everything is against you, right? And we have a lot of marketers. I also show you how to spy on your competitors at the end. So now coming down here, we select location, we select minimum age. These two is very important, right? In Nigeria, purchasing power is very important. In your business, like I said again, know your target audience. Who can buy from you? This is not who can whether buy from me. Who can buy? Don't people that want it, except you are running a, let's say, awareness campaign. I want the awareness, you need to run it to the right persons. A 23-year-old person in Nigeria, can they afford your products? Right? So don't put 20. Minimum here, there are two places to set this. Minimum here is 25. So now, ideally, yes, there are NEPO people around that can afford, but how many are they? You get it? You are purposely targeting the Nepo babies and the junior ones and the senior ones. You can put their ages there for the people that have money. Mhm. So, what else? Exclude. Okay, yes. So now this is a custom audience. So now this audience are more like look alike. So you can exclude audience. Even you can exclude locations. Oh. And location, yes, there's something hidden in location. I think I did not point out. That is a very, very important thing. Let me click on it again. So at the bottom of location, okay, I think Facebook usually hide this thing from us. Okay, they hid it. Some persons, there is an option to select if you want Facebook to reach people outside this location. So if you don't want Facebook to reach people outside this location, turn it off. If you want it, turn it on. But sometimes it doesn't show on all ads, but it's there, and look for it before you proceed. So now we're already on languages. Languages, if your business have language barrier, you set your language. Then this is where people will tell you don't touch, leave it broad. But sometimes, to an extent, I still like to give my Facebook ads control. So now this is where I come and I select okay, this thing goes down by itself. So I select my age. This is where you set the real age, not that place, but just select your minimum age here. But when you come down here, this is where you select the real age, right? You can say 25, whatnot, whatever business you are running, right? And you can put 50 to 60 something if you're very sure of who you're targeting. So I leave it to 65. Sometimes why I leave it broad to 65 sometimes is because some people lie about their age on Facebook. So I just leave it broad. Some people have different ideologies to that, but the reason why I leave it broad is some people literally hide their age. So if you're hiding your age, I'll still get you. Yeah. So all genders, if your business is female gender, very, very important, like skincare and all those thingy, put the gender. So you edit it. Then here, this is demograph. Most people say leave it broad, but let's use which target audience? Let's say beauty service products, right? Here now, you want to run ads to, let's say, real estate or beauty. Let's use real estate for example. No, let me use a simple one so we can understand. A plumber. So now, a plumber, I think, is very, very general. A plumber can target households, right? It can target maybe people that are working. So a plumber, most people make mistake and say, okay, because I am running ads to plumbers, I will come here to go and search for plumber and select plumber because people put the interest in plumber. And that would just send your ads to fellow, what do they call, fellow plumbers. Funny enough, skincare people would make this mistake. The time I was running ads for skincare brands, I see fellow skincare people targeting skincare people themselves. It's target females, target people, look for other criteria. Are they people that use this skincare? They would have money, right? So now they'll be working in high class places, they'll be working in places that there is money, CEO positions. They would be maybe people that club or go out at night, they want their skin to be fresh. Use other targeting criteria to target them. Then once in a while, target the normal health and wellness, normal, but target it separately, right? Because you are going to be competing with everybody. But if you want special targeting, target those guys outside the normal, obvious thing you get. So now let me use real estate as an example again. Someone wants to buy, let's say, a shopping mall. You sell outlets, right? So these outlets, you don't push it to anyhow persons, you put it to businesses, right? You can search for business and what type of business owner sell. These people that sell electronics, are they people that sell gadgets, whatnot? You search it and trust me, they are here. I may not have time to go through all these things in your free time. Come here. The people that really enjoy this thing more, for example, now photographers, you have the option to select people that have birthday coming up in 2 to 3 months. Funny enough, the Facebook have that data. People that are friends with people that have birthday. If you're targeting parents, people that have children, single, married, everything is here. So if you come down here, you can see much options. You can see here people that play games, Facebook like payment, people that use payment that are paid for things on Facebook. right? So I don't want to spend much time here because there is a lot you can do. You can, but the only key thing here is as much as possible, if you have the budget, you can do one targeting at a time, maybe by duplicating several targeting. But if you don't have the budget, you can put 2 to 3 targeting or max 5. You get. So now the problem is not the targeting. The number one thing is do the normal good targeting, but your problem is still in front, right? So this is detailed targeting. So now let's just select one. Let's say I'm targeting senior programmers. I want to sell them an AI software, right? So let me just target them. Then the next thing is you can define further, but these ones are not, I won't say advanced per se, but at this age of time, I don't think you over narrow things again because of AI, because Facebook themselves is using AI, so you don't need. So for someone who asks how to save, here, save audience. So once you've done everything, you cross check and you are very, I won't even say save immediately, just finish everything, come back here to save. If you are forgetful, paste it on your front of your laptop or your phone. Your phone can come through here to your PC, paste it and say save your audience later. So now once you are done this verification, Facebook will always tell you to verify. Once you verify, this one is a normal verification stuff outside setting up ads. So you verify your account to, this is normal, putting your registration. So now placements. Placement is where your ads would show. So most of the times, like I was saying, in as much as you choose lead ads or you selected your website, this is where I choose where my ads run. I mostly choose Facebook at Instagram, but you can still choose Facebook and the rest if it works for you. So I'm not here to tell you choose one, test, know what works for you. Then if you're targeting outside the country, there are some people that are on Facebook, but beware of scammers, right? You find them more on Facebook. So, but if at all, Facebook still works, but just know who you are targeting. The audience network is another way of targeting Facebook outside Facebook. Audience network is the banners. Like if you go to a website and see all those ads on the site, Facebook owns some of them, not Google. Google doesn't own all those banners. Facebook has some of those banners as well. So there's nothing to do here much. Yeah, I know it's a lot, but we'll get there. So now getting towards the end, right? So the next thing, don't forget you can rename all these things. You can rename them. So you select your Facebook profile. This is why we say we set up accounts. So people are not collecting money from you for collecting money's sake, right? You set up your account properly because of you would use it to run ads effectively. So here you select your page, then you select your Instagram page, you select your threads. It does not, it's not compulsory. Why this is showing is because of we are running ads to threads, right? If we're not running ads to threads, it won't show. So now this is where Facebook will ask you, um, how do you want to upload your images or pictures? Use existing content on your Facebook page or Instagram, or create a new one. So now most people are actually, especially most business owners that are starting up, they would say, I'm not seeing my ads on my page. If I run ad for you and you are seeing it, I think I failed in a way, because you are not your target audience. So you are not supposed to see your ads. The only place you're supposed to see your ads is your ads campaign, or if you're boosting from Instagram, right? You see there. But sometimes, why sometimes you still see your ads is because of, for example, I'm in web or app development business, and some little interest intertwined with who I'm targeting. Let's say, for example, now I'm targeting a fish business to build them a fish website. Maybe because of our research fish, I may see my ads. There's a tendency I will see because I've done research about fish, right? Or on the norms, you are not supposed to see your ad as a business owner. If not, that means you failed. So now, why I'm saying that is it's one thing, it's a myth that most business usually say. Then most business like their ads to they want to use a post from their Instagram page, which is very good. I like that. It increases engagement and everything. But if you create as well, because there's sometimes the campaign, that is why sometimes the campaign you use for your page sometimes is always different from what you use from here. And I think this is what makes people very lazy. right? So I was talking about the laziness. You may want to use like 6 to 7 posts to run one campaign because they may be talking about one thing. And ideally, if you post it on your Instagram page, it will not look normal because you're talking about the same thing and everybody's saying the same thing. So because of you want that engagement, you want to upload everything, or you don't want to upload everything. So you just choose to run one ad at a time. You get. So that's why ideally it is true. If you want, if you have one or you have all of them still talking about there, sometimes we'll be talking about one topic but in different modes. You can still post them on your page and you can use existing, or you create it from scratch. So I'm going to use this one first, right? This multi-advertiser, I don't know how best to show you this, but there's a time on Instagram where you see more than 4 to 5 ads at the same time displaying on your screen. We see like 4 or 5 ads displaying. This is what it means. If you are wondering what this means, sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. Well, just yeah, I leave it because anyway, so far my business is showing on Instagram. Then sources, I ignore this to some extent. I won't lie to you guys. I've not seen the total advantage of this yet. So now this is where I select the post for my page. So every post, say for example, now this is the ad that you guys saw. This got 11 views. I can select it. So this is how I select the post for my Instagram page. And the good thing is I would have set up the write-up and everything before I post, and it works for me. Then if you come down here, Facebook will give you some suggestion. Please turn it off. If not, they will do their things by themselves. So always make sure you turn off things that you don't want. Then, because if I'm running a website ads, I'll put in what I want, either contact us. This again here can make your ads work or break. So imagine you want people to sign up. Let's say the ads I ran, right? And you saw learn more. Learn more, sign up. Which one is more efficient? Because call to action is another key. Or access. I use access, and you are saying join a Facebook class and you're saying access. It's weird. People will just pass. You get said the ones that are very inquisitive, they would want to ask you. So now what you choose as your call to action is also very, 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 very important. So know what to choose at a particular time. So if you are doing bookings, you do bookings. So now this is where I am going to. So sometimes when you choose this thing, when someone lands on your website, Facebook can say, okay, if this person don't want to fill a form, right, they can either send you a message or call. I usually choose sometimes WhatsApp, but I don't do this every time. I prefer my leads should fill information, especially when I need those leads. I don't choose WhatsApp. But if I just feel like, okay, let me play around sometimes, I put WhatsApp, not call, because sometimes network can be a thing, right? So I just choose WhatsApp to, WhatsApp. But if you are someone that ready to pick calls, you can put pick calls and the number that is required will be there. But most of the times I just put it on none. Then this is where Facebook will tell you where all your ads will be running. Always cross-check, double-check, triple-check, check everything. So you see everything here and see how it works. So now coming down here, we don't need to test anything. My pixel is already selected. I don't need to set anything here. So now I always change. So if I say, let me start doing this create, I'll do this one for later, this thing, right? This is how you create your own ads on Facebook instead of use existing contents. This will take our time. So in summary, let's do a recap again. So first, you set your campaign. You select what action you've already selected the action. I don't think Facebook gives you okay, reserve by just action-based bidding. Then leads, you can choose, but I prefer this, right? Then don't leave this alone. These ones are for people, financial, employment, and housing. Just leave those ones alone. Then coming down here, this is the ad set. You select websites if you want websites. If you want, don't pick forms. This is Facebook instant form. Gone are the days where we use instant form. It's choose. You can choose value or number. I've already explained this. You choose your Facebook pixel. This is your pixel. Then you choose what conversion you want, right? Then at the end of the day, you just leave this one. If you know how to calculate your return on investment, right? That's ROS. You put that there, but just leave it alone if you don't know anything or know how to calculate that. Then your amount, you put your time, date, and when it ends. If you want to choose lifetime budget or you know monthly budget, you choose that one as well. Then you now come down to audience. You choose your location, minimum age. Then you can also exclude, but we don't use that for now. Then also you can include custom audience. So custom audience are audience that you've set. You can also look alike. This is very important. Look alike audience are people that look like. I'll tell you what that means soon, but I'll show you what look alike means. So now this is look alike. What else? It's here. Nothing much. Nothing much. So click on suggested. The rest of the other things are hiding. Facebook know how to hide things. So you can click on this. This is suggestion, your own, you call it your own suggestion, just in case it fails. Your own suggestion, right? So you put the things here. For that limit, if you want to limit, you want to over, but that would be for like a different class and another day, but I don't think is needed in the AI, in the age of AI. Placements, this is where you edit your placement, where your ad is going to run, either running on Facebook, Instagram, and sometimes on WhatsApp. Because nowadays, I don't know if, I don't think it's only in Nigeria, you can now run ads on WhatsApp. I don't know how, I've not seen ads on my phone, but I feel some people they've rolled it up to their phones, but the option is there. Then you choose your Facebook page, choose everything, select, use. Most of you like this one, so if you can post as many videos for that particular campaign, right, you put it there. So you select everything, make sure, yes, there's something that is hidden that even myself I always forget. I always forget. Where is it? You can't hide from me. Yes, I forget this. Trust me, this thing is very bad sometimes. So now if you click this, you may not know. Facebook sometimes do its thing. It would either on music by itself, text improvement, it takes you use your own hand or paid copywriter to do to change it for you. Animation, there's one of my ads I ran, I mistakenly turned on this animation. The thing was, I don't know if for designers we call it contrasting. It was contrasting. I didn't even know until I saw the ad myself. Something just made me check it. So everything you are seeing here that you don't need, turn all of them off. So now the only thing, and there sometimes you forget to do this, trust me, I have forgotten times without number. So you come down here, and the only thing I leave is relevant comments. So because of weird people around, so I just leave relevant comments here. So once I do that, I save it. You save and you leave. You set up everything. Then when you are done, you publish. So some of you would ask, what matters most? To me, even if your ads doesn't work, you set up something nonsense here, but you should set up the right thing here in your ad set. What your video or your picture is talking about plays a big role, right? So why does it play a big role? Say, for example, now you messed up this place, and for some certain reason, you call out who, people used to talk about one Andrometer of a thing. It has already been existing. When you see an ad, what's the first thing you see? You see the picture or the video, right? If your video is not explaining or your video is not good, people will pass your ads. That's why whatever you set here at the back, age, if your video is not good or your picture is not good, trust me, your ads will not work. It's not magic. You might be running, it's like you having a physical store, right? And the physical store does not have a label, does not have a brand name, but you be passing the store, you don't even know what that store is. You don't even know what they're talking about. People will not come into your store, right? But same thing goes to ads. If you don't say exactly what, if you're running ads to skincare and you're not massaging or whatever, massaging your cream, you test what works. That's why I'm going to show you something else after we are done. So you test to know what works. So now imagine immediately I'm done with these ads. Just because of, I would say I was personally lazy, I only did one flyer design. If not, I would have run a video, and even this call has a limit, so I didn't want so much persons here for this first trial, right? I would have done a video, I would have done a picture, I would have done like so many of that, like 2 to 3 kinds of ads and test all of them to you guys. So day one, you might see these ads. Day two, you might see my video. And again, there's what we call ads fatigue. So having several ads can reduce that. Most people will tell you run one ad. Everybody has their opinion, but your opinion when you test and you get the right result matters most. Yes, your budget controls all this. How much you spend controls all this. But I prefer to have 3, 4, 5 videos or 3 things going out there, and at the end of the day, I see what works. I know that, oh, this video brought in 5 people. I need to do more of this video. See, data is power. That's why the US or that, I don't want to go into politics, but that's the truth. Once you know what works, right, you double down on it and you get your results. So now you can do, how do you duplicate? Say, for example, I've done everything and I want to duplicate to add more videos and picture. What do I do? You come down here, you can publish. When you publish, it's the same action. You can come down here and duplicate. It's actually use the original content. Yes, just use the original thing. Then it duplicate everything. Then you see that it has copy here. Then when it puts copy, I can choose to put in another. It comes with all the settings that you've already set, but still check, because like we know Facebook, this team is behave time to time. So I can select another video or something to use. So that one is loading. I don't have the patience to wait for it. So once that is done, I can duplicate as many as I want. Say, for example, I'm running 5 campaigns. I can choose a number here and duplicate 5, 6, and so to make things very easy on myself. So now this is how you run an ad campaign. So you can see that when, especially marketers, when they tell you, especially when someone comes to our business and say, I want you to guarantee me sales. I can't guarantee you sales in 1 month because I don't know your customers. I don't know what works for your business. But I can guarantee you that at the end of that month, I would know who your business or who is your target audience, because of I would run several tests for you. And if you are very lucky, you would convert. You get that. I'm thanking God that most of you here are business owners, right? And I don't know if advertisers are here as well. So if you are here, ads is not magic. And as you can see, anything can make your ads go wrong at any point in time. Everything would work, but your button here, maybe you run the good ads and everything. Your button, the button you use, can just make things not work for you. So without saying so much, let's go to the second to the last thing. So now we're going to be talking about how to retarget people that showed interest in our ads. So now we ran the ads and we announced, okay, how do we retarget these people? Meaning, how do retargeting means, like I explained the other time, you went to Jumia, you search Jumia, and after a few hours or a day, you start seeing Jumia ads and you ask yourself, why? You don't ask yourself, you actually shall buy the product. But so people are inquisitive of, why am I seeing Jumia ads, right? Because of Jumia retargeted you. So there are ways to retarget, you get. So this is where you do all the retargeting shenanigans. You do it here in audience. So let's give it a few moments. As it's loading, we can drop our questions and I would answer it. So let me see. Okay, we are 1 hour in, so we are almost done. So few more this thing. So what to check when ads are not working, and questions and answers. So we are almost rounding up. So it's as loaded. So here now, this is where you create your custom audience. So now we have what we call custom audience. This is the custom audience, an audience that was created by you, right? Or Facebook. Then you have your saved audience too. Then you have your lookalike. I'll tell you what lookalike is. So lookalike, reading here, reach people who are similar to your audience you already care about. So now, what does this mean? If I come down to create new audience, you would see here, you see sources, website, customer list, app. Let's leave all these ones. You can see videos and everything. So now let's say customer list. Most of you may be in several businesses that you have all your customer information. What is the best ads than to retarget people that look exactly like the people that have bought from you? That is magic in itself, and it works. That's why people use it. So instead of you to think like, oh, I don't know who I don't know who to target. You can easily target the kind of people you have as customer. If you don't have customer list, no problem. You can start from small. And if you have a small data on your customer list, you can still try and put it there. We don't know what AI can do these days. You get, but sometimes ideally it's always good to have a good amount of data for Facebook to use. So I'm going to see what the one I'm going to start with. Let me start with websites. I'm going to just do one or two of these because there are a lot of them you get. So let's say you want websites, right? And I'm using my Cookart website. So now you can target people who has visited your website. So for some certain reasons, people are visiting your website, but they've talked to you. Maybe you are the shy type that, okay, you've talked to your client and they are posting or they are posting you, right? They've not talked to you or something. So you can run a retargeting ads like saying, hey guys, I'm still here. Oh, you guys have not messaged me. Oh, I see they offer this service. So you can say everybody that visited my website in 30 days, see my ads. Oh, I'm still alive. Oh, that kind of thing. And it works. So because customers forget, then you can name it and you can create the audience, right? So it's not hard. Then you have more options. Imagine people that have bought from you, right? You can create people that have bought from you. If you want to resell them on another product, say for example, now someone bought phone, you want to resell them on pouch. You can retarget them instead of retargeting in new people that need pouch. You already have the data of these guys that have successfully bought from you. Why not retarget them? Why waste money? And you don't spend much on this because you know the numbers. Imagine instead of you spending 5K or a new ad where you sending big money to target who you don't know, you can spend let's say 3K, 4K on maybe 1,000 pesos so they see it every day until they make their final purchase decision. So this is it here. You have a lot of tools. The power is in your hands. The second one that is very, very important, most marketing agency would ask you for this, is your customer list. This is where you upload your customer list. I don't have a customer list, but when you upload it, Facebook would, you upload your previous customer list and you can now create a lookalike of them, or you can still use this as a retargeting to retarget them as well, whatever use case you want to use in these ads. So now Instagram is one sweet one, right? So now you can let me go to, sorry, I have a lot of pages here. So now events, you can target that sorry for that word. You can target people who started following your professional accounts, people who just started following you, people who engage with your professional accounts, people who visited these professional accounts. Targeting. Okay, I may come back to that question because I'll try to understand it later. So people who visit. So for example, now you run ad. Let me use case. So say for example, now you're a skincare brand or you sell skincare products, and when you sold this, or let me use booking since we are services. So you did a booking and you ran an ad, and people engaged with you. They messaged you probably after a week or 2 weeks. There were a lot of engagement, but people did not buy. So you can retarget them with another ads of, let's say, discount or something. Since you want to spread the discounts to everybody that are not your Instagram viewers, right? So you can say, okay, people who has visited my account in so and so period should get this, or people who have engaged my ad, or people who have engaged with a particular ads you ran. You can see it's crazy. See how crazy it goes. So people who sent a message to my professional account, you get people who saved my posts. This is another crazy one. So imagine you are a business that uploads posts that have lots of saves. Say for example, now you posted a video that have how, let's say, financial guys or 5 real estate tips, how to pick the best lands. I don't know if there's a thing like that, right? So you put it there, and a lot of people save those things. You can target them with ads like, okay, these people save this my ads, people who save my ads in the past few days, because you target the period that thing was, and you can do this to 365 days, meaning a whole year. So you can include, you can exclude, you can do all the magic. So this class is not for like going in depth on it because we're already 1 hour down. So I'm just showing you the power of retargeting and how to use it. Sometimes and this one you don't have to spend so much. small 3K, small 1K, especially if you don't have much followers, and it can be to your advantage, right? So we have video views, we have Facebook page. Video views is another good one. So this is the last one I'll show here. This is because of we are using leads campaign or to get leads. So video, people who has watched a particular amount, 20%. Remember when I was saying you run in real estate awareness campaign and people watch a particular amount of that video. So you can retarget them with a promo, a discount. Let's say you are doing monthly stuff. You can retarget them with this and tests. So all these are campaign strategies. So when a digital marketer say you have to pay so amount for something, right? They're not just telling you to pay, and it's coming with backup, especially if the person doesn't have backup or a strategy. You get, and sometimes because of the client's budgets, all these strategies cannot be put into consideration. But the good thing why we are doing these classes, so you can do it for yourself, right? And if you want to talk to us, you can talk to us. And if you still want to talk to your own in-house digital marketer, you can do this. So now someone is asking, when is it ideal for retargeting? When I think at every point in your business is ideal, especially when you run a new ads. Say for example, now you ran ads today, right? You saw one video. Let me use a business, let me use election campaign, right? For an example, I ran election campaign and today I'm talking about I'll give you water, right? So instead of having 3 separate ads talking about, let's say, I'll give you water, I'll give you boreholes, I'll give you new cars or something, you can retarget that particular ads you ran with a different thing or a different slogan. Again, let's use spa. Say for example, now you run ads for people to come to your spa. They see it, they did not take action. You can retarget them to give them discounts. This time around, you're not targeting everybody, you're not targeting new people. You're targeting people who have seen your ads. You can give them a discount or not, or just tell them that you are existing. 2, people that probably have engaged with your business before, have bought from you, right? You can retarget them for new sales, especially those of you that sells thrift or sell services before, or sometimes if you don't, if you have businesses that have repeated purchases, normally I'll say go and DM the person or send email. But if this person have not, actually purchased from me and it looks like you are disturbing the person, you can actually use ads to target, especially maybe there are more than one. You can run retargeting ads. So in time, so far you have a good reason behind it. But the main thing is more of reminder of follow up or re-engage with a particular thing that you want them to do. So I think I don't know if I answered your question correctly. So let me check what is left. So what to check? Okay, what to check when your ad is not working? As you can see, the good thing here is we've done several ads and we can see that, okay, each step of the ads, something is not working or something is maybe wrong. So if, for example, you run your ads and you're not getting sales, you don't change everything at the same time. So the first 7 days, let's use 7 days interval. You do your due diligence first to first thing, if I want to change anything in my ads, I don't actually change my videos because sometimes I know I target people very well. Like I know how to create videos that reach the right persons. So that may be my strong suit. But sometimes I go back to the target audience, their age, and the locations I target. I check that again. So now I don't use that same ads. I just pause it. I duplicate it and run a different one for another 7 days. Same thing. I don't change any other elements because so that I don't get my data confused, right? I run it again. That's okay. Let me change this location. Let me say, okay, I was running Facebook and Instagram. Let me same ad, same everything. Let me run Instagram only. Let me see if anything will change, right? I do that first one. If anything changed good, I'll say, okay, Facebook was the problem or Instagram was the problem. If nothing goes right, but there was an improvement, I'll still leave that Instagram, duplicate that Instagram again, and let's say I probably change the age or location or something, or even the targeting. Sometimes I mean, okay, leave it broad. Let me see if my targeting is a problem. If it works, I'll say, okay, targeting, because Facebook would have used my image to look for the right person, meaning that is to tell you your images or your pictures work. But if you're targeting still you changed it and nothing still work, then you can now go to your videos or pictures, keep everything, the last data you took, change everything again. That sorry, change your images and your picture, test that one. Or sometimes what I do, especially if the problem is the image or picture, I don't stop the ads. It's good to start everything at the same time, but sometimes I don't stop the ads. I add new image or ad sets. If a particular image or video does better than what was already existing, the one that doesn't work, I just off it immediately. That's one of the best ways to check if your ads is not working. So I've talked about the ad sets, I've talked about the placement, I've talked about the ads. So those are little places that usually gives issues when your ad is not working. Then if you're using the website, that on its own could be a problem. If when your landing page, maybe the words you're not using, maybe your ad is working fine, people are, you see people are going to your website has its own data. Apart from you tracking your pixels, there's what we call Google Analytics and Microsoft Clarity. For Microsoft Clarity, you can see what people are doing on your website visually. So you could see whether someone clicked on a button or not. Let's say out of 20 people, only one person click on your button. That will either say maybe that ad is not working or something is wrong somewhere. So you tweak one of the things, either your video or your target audience, or you can send them to a different landing page with much better conversions and see if it works. If it works, double down on it. So ads is about testing. If your ad doesn't work the first time, don't give up and don't turn your ads off in 3 days. Keep testing until you find that gold mine. And when you've tested for a month and you find out that okay, sometimes you, the business owner, your products might be the problem. So don't blame Instagram. And some of us have bad businesses or bad services. You get so, and again, some of us, it's not about bad businesses. Imagine you want to get a client that will pay you 1 million or 30 million, and you expect to get that client in 1 month. It's not, that's jazz in a way, because that kind of person, you need some levels. This is Facebook ads it's cold. This person, you are meeting it for the very first time. So you have to have level of steps. This person have seen you, you do normal posting, you do everything. So if you are selling product of 30K, 20K, that is when we know that okay, we have to do everything in our ads. But if you're selling like us now, let's say 650 and above, we know that it's expensive. I know in my mind I can get like 4 to 5 clients in a month. You get, and I know my business myself. And if a client talks to me today, doesn't mean that client will convert today, except that client really needs it. You get. So I know my business that okay, if the client comes today, I need to give the client like a week or so, right? Nurture the client, talk to the client. Then I know that that client in 2 to 3 months, that client will convert. So that's why you don't stop running ads or you don't stop doing content if content is giving you leads. You keep doing it so that you are sowing seeds for the months that you will be running ads. So any months that you stop running ads, say 2 to 3 months, you rest. You know you won't get client for another 2 3 months. I don't know if you get the logic. So each businesses have their own way of getting clients, and the higher your price, the higher your ticket, the lower the number of clients you will get. So and the more effort you would have to put in order to calm down that client. Like I said again, A client that would pay over $1 million is not going to be easy to get that client down. But if the client is paying something that $100, 50K, 100K consultation, like I ran another strategy, there are different strategies. This strategy in this webinar we are doing is a strategy in itself. You don't actually have to run out to like book my service, book my service, book my service. You can use a webinar like this, like for service-based business that can, do this. We can talk. You get like you can talk to people at the end of the day to convert them. If they will convert, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You test that different strategies for service-based business. Then for your ads, right? One of the best ones that work is client testimonial. I don't think any other ads have worked for us or my client as client testimonial, especially Nigerians. Nigerians want that, they want to see that you've done this thing for somebody. Nigerians now are impatient of like, okay, let me test you. No, the most of them have been burnt. Whoever is coming to you have been burnt from somewhere. Except that person is just new to just get that work done, right? So that person might have used someone before. So now, if you want your ad to be good, even if you are a let's say web developer, app developer in this group, right? If you want to be better than me, do work more better than me to get better customers. If you want to get good Nigerians or high paying Nigerians, they are existing. Yes, it may be hard, but do good work, provide good customer services, right? Then show that you know what to do. Take for example now, if you run an ads or you are real estate, let's use real estate and how we closed 5 foot acre with a lot of evidence. You get me? Trust I am is not magic. I can bet you if you run good money behind and know what you are doing and target that area very well, you will get clients. It's not jazz. It's high. Yes, it's because of the money may be high. Sometimes it's just a money problem. That client will convert. You get so whether you're going into trucking business, skincare business, like imagine like today we have like almost 6,000 booking. You show your screens and everything. If your customers can come out to talk, perfect. If it's building websites, for example, now even if you've not built it before, even if it's to do it for free for somebody, go and do it for free for somebody. So you have that testimonial. You can have other strategies, but having a testimonial of who you've done it for before goes a long way, right? So I think I'll leave the room for questions, and yeah, I think this is where I share my and turn off my screen. Well, I won't turn it off yet, but let me get your questions. So before any other person drop, let me see. I think one person was asking targeting for those who have websites. So okay, yes, someone was asking if targeting is for those who have websites, right? So no, target is not for only those who have websites. So like I showed you, you can target people with Instagram. You can target people if you check here, right? If I click on create a custom audience, you can target people who have website page, who have messaged you with videos, events. I just think this is best. But for websites, there are more targeting options than Instagram messages, but targeting can be for website and non-website owners. I don't know if there is any other question. Let me also see. If you have any question, you can leave it in the chat if you have 5 minutes. I'm just going to wait for like 5 to 3 minutes for that. So most of the key issues I found was ads not converting. I think I've said a lot about that. Low sales. If you don't have a budget, monthly budget for your ads. And I think most people would ask, how do you calculate your budget? Sometimes I ask it, how much are you willing to acquire a customer, right? If you're selling, let's say 500K products and you want to capture like 5 in a month, without even using calculator in your mind, imagine you want to use 10K in a month to get 2 million clients. You know it wouldn't work. It's not magic. You get, so if your budget is like 200, 300K, it can cut across. And if it's At the end of the day, when you calculate all your budgets in a month, you use 300k to get 2 million. It's profitable. If it's lesser, perfect. You get. So you need to know how much you are willing to use to acquire, to use to get a customer per month. And the more months you go, like every business we work with, I tell them 3 months, because by that 3 months, our campaigns, we know what and how your businesses or your business can engage or get leads, right? Then we have high cost of messaging. This could be your ads. You're not either targeting the right people, your image or your videos are not working to the right audience. Wrong audience, targeting issues. You need to know who exactly you are targeting. You need to test, right? And you don't have to target because, like I said, plumber, you go there to search plumbers. That's weird. You have to target other things like households, uh, you can even use the general ads, right? You can use business owners, people that are even, or people within your area. Again, if you have like a plumber, alpha service, complete plumbing service, or self-plumbing things, you need to target people that are either in your vicinity or close to where you can deliver this service, right? Visibility or reach, but okay, visibility or reach or low patronage. Sometimes check your price. This may be the problem. We have, and remember, Nigeria is a place where people, we have low purchasing power, you get, but people still buy with large phones, you get. So it is very, very important to know what you're doing here. So either you work with your pricing or have several plans. Like, okay, if you cannot pay for a big service, you have low service. If they're still not buying the low service, you don't know that it's not your fault. You just want, most people clients are like that. They want big thing for less. You can even switch and target a different country. That's how fun it is. Because that's your low price is that your high price in one country is a low price in another country. That could be a thing. Retargeting issues. Probably you're not retargeting right, or you're not retargeting with the good ads or this thing. Need a predictable and leads. So consistency matters with predictable lead generation. Getting started. Okay. Set up knowledge gap. To set up your ads, the reason why I can't even do it in this video or even do it, I prefer one-on-one is everybody I've set up, God knows I've set up more than 20 to 30 accounts. Every problem is unique. Trust me. Even if I want to do a video today, I may do a good video. I have a video I've done in my YouTube page. It still serves a purpose, but the problem is not setting it up. Some people have different problems that doesn't allow them to set up their accounts, right? And that's where you need an expert who have this experience. You get, but you can do it on your own if you watch most videos on YouTube. You get, except you hit a roadblock. They're not sure which ads type. I've explained what ads types to use. Ad fatigue, not be lazy. Create many videos and pictures as much as you can. Low return on investments or returns. So now you need to know how much, like I said, how much to acquire a new person, a new target audience. If your pricing is low, how frequent do you even run ads? You get me? So if you're a new business, try to save small money. If you cannot use ads to look for it and get clients, use organic means, gather money and run ads. So because ads gives you money, but you need to have to find a consistent way of keep running ads and keep testing. So if you don't have a budget, when you start a business, you have to budget business for either physical advertisement, offline advertisement, even your social media manager that does content for you. You are still paying her. So one way or the other, you are paying to get leads. And the thing with organic content is slower than paid ads. Paid ads, especially for people building products, in 1 month you will know what works and what doesn't work. So what doesn't work. That's one thing I like about ads. You can double down on them. But with content, the good thing with content is if you do a content, you post a video that trends, right? Now run ads on it because you know that that thing works, right? You can. That's another effect of using content to run ads. Then clients not responding. Client not responding could be your fault or could be poor lead. So that could be a problem in itself. So now I'm looking into other things, getting people to book my services. Same thing is almost the same, some of the mistakes up here, converting content sales, digital marketing experience. So there are a lot of problems here, but I think they have almost industry, location, and constraint. So if you're, especially real estate people, there are a lot of you guys. So you have to up your game, up your videos, up your explanation, up everything about it. What can you do better than the other person? So it's sometimes not even about your clients, it's about your strategy in order to acquire you get. So how often are you out there? And real estate, I don't think it's a short-term game, not game. So it is long-term game you get. So you keep playing the game and trying to be in front of those people you get. You may not be able to create content every time. So that's why you have, let's say you can have one video that plays for like 4 weeks or 3 weeks or even 1 month to just keep your, it's just like saying you have a business and you have a physical store and you don't want to just go and open the shop. And the lazy business owner now, that we have to tell ourselves the truth you get. So one way or the other, try to find a way to, and always look for something else to support your business. We know our business. There's some business that whether come rain, come shine, we can have 2 to 3 clients in a month or even one. But when our one client comes, everywhere will soft. So look for other things to support your business so that you don't panic when that one client doesn't come. When you now find a system that works, that keeps making that client come in every time, right? Fine, you still have both sides. But when you know that your business, the client come once, and also when the client come once, remove the money from that budget and keep for you to run ads. Because when the clients come, you will not remember ads again. You eat the money and you go back to square one. You get. So drive specific action like download. So you can use other actions like webinars. This is lead magnets. Like for example, now real estate, 5 places you can do a book. You can do an ebook set. 5 places where you find lands that how people spot lands that have matured in 5 years. You get, these are just small ideas. You get me? So this is, or you can even use, there's this AI video. You can create a separate channel for your real estate company and start using this AI channel before and after your lands. You can do those AI things and build things on top of it. This one, YouTube, Instagram doesn't kill the channel, so like YouTube and the rest. That could be a thing, maybe a separate channel that tags to your channel. You get, so you have to play things smooth. You get, so that could be organic content and run ads to those kind of things. When it comes to your DM and something, this could be yours, or this could be your dream house. You get, so imagine you are talking like, imagine you own this land and this could be your dream house. You get the logic. So yeah, so this is where I end the class. I'm not seeing any question from anybody, but I want to know how I did and if you guys have learned anything. And if you are, you can put it in the chat or you can do thumbs up. So I know that I've not been talking to myself since. I want to know if we are still here. So you can thumbs up if we are still here and still hearing me very well. Okay, so this is where I officially draw the curtain. If you want, I'm going to drop this in. There's a one-on-one consultation. You can book 1 hour, and if you wish to extend it, we can do a deep dive into your business itself and know exactly what's wrong, what's working, because everybody has different problem, irrespective of we all have ads problem, right? So I'm going to drop this link in your emails and also to the group. So see you guys, and I really appreciate those of you stayed from the beginning to the end of the class. Bye for now.